Hey guys, this is SirTag's Fast Cycle Challenge. I'm doing a post commentary on this because I didn't record my commentary on when it was live. So this is basically a video on how I won 12-1 because the first one was a disconnection. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. So you can see in this deck there's many like splash cards, okay? Because you want to keep in mind all the cards are going to be 4 elixir or less. So the worst you're going to deal with is probably like a Valkyrie or a Knight or something like a mini tank. Everything else is going to be like kind of squishy, kind of not. So what I did is I brought a bunch of splash units like Firecracker, um, Magic Archer, Princess Valkyrie, and also Log and Poison. Um, because like it'll just deal with all the units so quickly. The only really counter to this is arrows and fireball in the same deck, and so yeah, you can also see that I brought Tesla because Tesla is just the only reason why I brought Tesla is because of Hog Rider and Battle Ram. Since there's like no Inferno Tower, you can't really rely on that uh, to kite those building targeting units, and yeah, so Tesla's just better than Cannon because Cannon and Tombstone, those two, their hit points are just so low. And this is also a triple elixir challenge, so you want to keep in mind that there's going to be a lot of troops on the map. And right now you can just see how defensive based that this deck is, and you could just see that he hasn't gotten any damage on my tower except for one fireball, I think. I haven't been really paying attention, but and you can see my hog is getting through to his tower almost every single time. He has a furnace, which is his only defensive building, which is not that great because it's not like Tesla where it's constantly damage. It's not constant damage. It's a spawner, right? So it's not consistent. And you can see here I disconnected for a second. I don't know what's up with that, but when I get back, nothing really happened. The Valkyries are still there, and I just placed a Magic Archer in the back. So this deck is also like really strong when you disconnect because if you have enough troops on the field, then your troops will just annihilate any push they get at you. And poison is really good because they're gonna have like Goblin Gang or Skeleton Army or something, and you could just poison prediction. It won't really matter because it's also 240 damage on the tower, and you can cycle to the poison really really fast because it's triple elixir, right? So that's why I think poison is better than fireball because it deals okay. It first of all it does more damage. Second of all, it's it's more area denial, right? Even though it's not instantaneous damage, like you can deny the area for like a longer period of time so they can't place any troops or anything. It also counters furnace really nice, counters any spawners really nicely, stuff like that. So yeah, you can see how defensive based this deck is and how it just shuts down everything. So another thing that I want to talk about is Skarmy, right? In my deck, you don't see any swarms in them. If you're ever gonna take any swarm, take Goblin Gang because it can't be zapped, it can't be poisoned, it can be logged, but it's gonna take a while. So Goblin Gang is just better than Skarmy in my opinion. And those last two games weren't really that important, like exciting. So I just skipped from 6 wins to 8 wins. So this is the ninth game right here. Um, so like I was saying, like the swarms in this challenge aren't really good because everyone's gonna be cycling to their spells. Everyone's gonna be cycling to like zap, log, poison, fireball, etc. And most people are probably gonna have Valkyrie as well. Valkyrie is just really strong because it's a medium splash unit, which is medium damage splash unit. It's also pretty high health, which will just be really amazing in this challenge because everything is like medium health except for Valkyrie Knight, Mini P.E.K.K.A, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, Valkyrie is like the most solid tank because it's a splash unit, and if your deck is anything like mine, then yeah, you're gonna bring a lot of um, quote unquote glass cannons and just try to defense Valkyrie just takes care of that really nicely. And what else do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, I want to talk about Firecracker. Firecracker is one of those cards that are like kind that actually they're really good in this challenge because they do like 200 damage on the initial hit and they can hit whatever's behind them, which basically makes them splash, right? And it's high enough damage so it can compete with Valkyrie. It can kill Valkyrie. It can like lower down its hit points along with Magic Archer and Princess. They can all kill Valkyrie within like 3 seconds. I want to say, if you all have them all on the field. Um, but yeah, Firecracker is just a good high damage unit. It's like Dark Goblin in my log bait deck. Actually, the more I think about this, the more this is similar to my log bait deck, but not. But yeah, that's kind of how I built it, but not really. So yeah, like Firecracker is just the high DPS unit. Magic Archer is also kind of a high DPS unit, but Firecracker is just better because it has the splash behind it. So technically, it's a high damage unit on the first hit and a splash unit, which denies everything behind it. So that's pretty good. Also, you see a prediction log here, just to get the thing, and there's a tower, and then Princess. Princess is kind of you can argue for it, you can argue against it because the the reload speed is so slow. It might not even be worth it to take Princess in this challenge, but I made it work with Magic Archer and stuff like that. Um, yeah, Magic Archer is pretty good because it's also like a high damage unit, but it's also really a splash unit because it just denies everything behind it, just like Firecracker. And yeah, so now so this is the ninth win. I got my legendary chest, which because I'm a pro and I no I'm kidding. I get princess, which is exactly what I was looking for, and that's SirTag's Fast Cycle Challenge complete. And this is basically the deck I'm going with. I'm going with Hog, Valkyrie, Poison, Tesla, Princess, Log, Firecracker, and Magic Archer. And yeah, so um, yeah. Now I'm gonna show you one of the really close games. In this, I think it's the second win. But yeah, it's a really close game in the challenge. One, two, yeah, there it is. And I'll just commentate over this really quickly, and that's gonna be the end of the video. So I just Princess at the bridge, right? It's not really a big of a deal because a lot of stuff just happened. I Valkyrie because he has Bandit and Ice Wizard, and Valkyrie could take off a chunk of that health really nicely, and I poisoned the Bomber and the Ewiz. Bomber is really kind of counter to this deck as well, just because Bomber is a ranged. It's like Firecracker. Firecracker also counters this deck pretty well. But as you can see, he has Hog, so I have Tesla for that, which is perfect because that's exactly why I brought Tesla. Also, I have Valkyrie counter push. He Valkyries to defend, and I have Magic Archer over there, and my Firecracker gets damage on the Bomber and the Ice Wizard. So now I can just log everything in the right lane and Tesla for the Hog. I don't really worry about the Bandit too much just because I have Firecracker to deal with the Hog, and I don't really mind it taking health off my Tesla. And also I placed it. Also, when I place it, it'll just take off health from the Valkyrie. From the Bandit. So basically, what I was doing in this game was basically just cycling between Hog, Poison, and Log. So basically, my Hog was just is kind of a bait for them to lure out their like troops, defending troops. As you can see, he doesn't have any defending buildings. So I used Hog to maybe like lure out them to use their Bandit, Bomber, Guards, whatever Ewiz, and then I just get value on the poison. Um, while poisoning their tower, so that's an easy 240 damage plus any extra damage that the Hog might get, right? So as you can see, the Firecracker MLG dodges the Bandit dash, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so as you can see right here, I just poisoned all that. I poisoned the Bandit, um, Bomber, and Ewiz, and get a little bit of damage on the hog, but that just weakens everything. It kills everything. It's 240 damage on the tower as well. And if you really want, you can also log it, just to deal even more damage to the troops and 98 more damage to the tower, I think it is, or 80 something damage. I don't remember, but yeah, I use the spell damage to take out the tower. If they counter your hog really that, like if they shut down your hog that much, then you can just use it as a bait, just like in this game, and then use the poison for more value. As you can see, I don't know what I was doing here, but uh, they got a lot of damage on my tower side to log the hog, to stun it and prevent it from doing any damage. And the Valkyrie saves me right there because the bandit would have dashed onto my tower if I didn't use a Valkyrie. Um, and yeah, so I managed to defend that pretty well. Like as you can see, there were like in this game mode, everyone clumps up their troops, and like so that's why I use Firecracker and Magic Archer because they just deny all the swarms, right? And also Valkyrie is also pretty good, does a pretty good job with that. So right now, as you can see, he just like shuts down my hog every single time. He has Ice Wizard, he has Valkyrie, he has guards. So I'm just gonna log all that, poison all that, just kill everything for 6 elixir, right? Use like what 11 elixir to counter my hog, and I just use 6 elixir to take that out. Um, yeah, so I mean it's poison log is a pretty good combo. Just to in this mode, just because everything is 4 elixir or less, everything's going to be like kind of squishy troops, stuff like that. So yeah, and on this time the Ice Wizard locks onto my Valkyrie, so my hog does get 1 hit on the tower, which is pretty lucky for me. And and everything just dies to the poison. Everything dies to the log because log actually does a lot of damage if you don't know. And yeah, so anytime he has Ice Wizard, the Hog's just not gonna make it. Ice Wizard is a really strong defensive card. Um, yeah, so and um, there's an argument for Ice Wizard to be in this deck. The only way I could think of I could see it replacing anything is Princess, because Princess. But I like Princess just because of the range. It can snipe at a distance without getting harmed, and as you can see, and that's the game. Um, yeah, so he got my tower down to 70 health because I misplaced the Tesla. And just to go over the deck one more time, it's Hog Rider, Valkyrie, Poison, Tesla, Princess, Log, and Firecracker, and Magic Archer. That's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Sorry I didn't upload this earlier so you guys could also do the challenge. But, I mean, this is just for enjoyment. So, bye.